opened for business in New York City. The hotel had 416 rooms and was the first hotel exclusively for women. In the year 1908, in New York, the Committee of the Russian Republican Administration was founded. In the year 1908, in Paris, Gabriel Lippmann introduced three-dimensional colored photography at the Academy of Sciences. In the year 1917, citizens of Puerto Rico were granted U.S. citizenship with the enactment of the Joneses Act. In the year 1925, in the United States, federal highway and state officials developed a nationwide route numbering system. In the year 1929, the U.S. Court of Customs and Patent Appeals was created by the U.S. Congress. In the year 1933, the motion picture King Kong had its world premiere in New York. In the year 1939, the Massachusetts legislature voted to ratify the Bill of Rights to the U.S. Constitution. These first 10 amendments had gone into effect 147 years ago. In the year 1946, Ho Chi Minh was the elected president of Vietnam. In the year 1949, the B-50 Super Fortress Lucky Lady II landed in Fort Worth, Texas. The American plane had completed the first non-stop around-the-world flight. In the year 1969, in Toulouse, France, the supersonic transport Concorde made its first test flight. In the year 1974, postage stamps jumped from 8 to 10 cents for the first-class mail. In the year 1986, Corazon Aquino was sworn into office as the President of the Philippines. Her first public declaration was to restore the civil rights of the citizens of her country. In the year 1989, representatives from the 12 European Community nations all agreed to ban all production of CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, by the end of the 20th century. In the year 2004, NASA announced that the Mars rover Opportunity had discovered evidence that water had existed on Mars in the past. In the year 2011, Steve Jobs unveiled Apple's iPad 2. In the year 2016, the UN Security Council unanimously approved sanctions on North Korea that included mandatory inspections of cargo leaving and entering North Korea. In the year 2019, 37-year-old Swiss 20-time Grand Slam tennis champion Roger Federer beat Greece's Stefanos Tsitsipas 6-4, 6-4 to win his 100th ATP Tour title at Dubai Championships. You were listening to This Day in History. Join us again tomorrow at the same time for another episode of This Day in History. This Day in History is presented by Farouk Al-Awadi. Edited by the News and Political Program Sector. This Day in History is directed by
سلمان الزيدي.
It is now 9:30 a.m. in the state of Kuwait.
The Press Today. A 30-minute daily radio program that provides a wide range of general and important news, published in local and international gazettes, featuring a collection of sports, business, health, science, and technology news, and covering the latest developments in these various arenas to keep listeners aware of the major events in the world. Highlighting the program is a segment called This Day in History that spotlights the most significant historical events that took place on this day. Today will be broadcast on 93.3 FM Radio Kuwait and 963 on the AM band.
Good morning and welcome to Press Today, coming to you live from Radio Kuwait. I'm your host, Sindis Al-Faraj. Next up, Kuwait local news, Syrian latest developments, and new coronavirus cases and updates. In local news from Kuna, Deputy Premier, Minister of Interior and Minister of State for Cabinet Affairs, Khalid Saleh will head Kuwait's delegation in the 37th Arab Interior Ministers meeting, which will take place in 2 days, Tunis. The meeting will discuss a number of topics, including a report by Secretary General on the 36th and 37th sessions. This session will also discuss the recommendations, issued conferences, and meetings held within the scope of the General Secretariat during 2019. Also from Kuna, Deputy Premier, Minister of Interior Anas Saleh met with Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Shataya on the sideline of the 37th Arab Interior Ministers meeting. During the meeting, Saleh reassured Kuwait's firm stance and support for the Palestinian case. On his part, Shataya praised Kuwait's stances and support, especially when Kuwait was appointed to the position of non-permanent member of the UN Security Council, expressing hopes further strengthen security cooperation between the two sides. Saleh also met with Lebanon's Minister of Interior, Mohammed Fahmy, where they discussed a number of issues of common concern. Still with Kuna, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Sheikh Dr. Ahmed Nasser Mohammed Al-Sabah, accompanied by Deputy Foreign Minister Khalid Al-Jarallah and Foreign Minister assistants, reviewed and discussed Saturday procedures taken by the Ministry's diplomatic mission repercussions of the coronavirus. The meeting highlighted and tackled the steps taken by the ministry to ensure safety to all working abroad by the diplomatic mission's technical staff, including the safety of Kuwaiti citizens until they return back home safely. From Kuwait News, 5 flights from the Iranian capital Tehran and 1 from Bangkok, capital of Thailand, have arrived at Kuwait International Airport last night with Kuwaiti nationals on board. Assistant Under Secretary of the Health Ministry, Dr. Bathain Al-Mudaf, said that upon their arrival at Sheikh Saad Al Abdullah Terminal, the evacuees underwent preliminary medical tests to make sure they are free of the novel coronavirus COVID-19 infection. She pointed that the arrivals from Tehran have to remain in quarantine, while those from Thailand will be under observation at home, while anyone who suffers from chronic illnesses such as the heart disease were admitted into a specific hospital to verify their health condition. The Assistant Undersecretary affirmed her earlier statement that no new COVID-19 cases were detected today, and adding that previously confirmed 45 patients are in stable condition. From Arab Times, Arab League Secretary General Ahmed Abul Qais said that the upcoming summit for the 22-member group due on March 30th in the Algerian capital may be postponed for another month or two. In a joint press conference, Abul Qais confirmed that the Arab world needs to be unified to achieve political compromises. Abul Qais said he will be meeting with Algeria's President Abdelmajid Tebboune to discuss Algeria's position on its hosting of the upcoming Arab League Summit on March 30th. He expressed his hope that the summit will be held before the middle of this year. From the Associated Press, according to the World Health Organization, more than 85,000 coronavirus cases have been reported in 57 countries around the world and almost 3,000 deaths. South Korea reported 376 new cases today, raising the country's total number of infections to 3,526. Qatar, Ecuador, and Armenia reported their first cases, while Mexico reported 4 cases. Meanwhile, Australia reported its first death from the virus, a former passenger from the Diamond Princess cruise ship. In addition, leaders in the Middle East, Europe, and America rolled out bans on big gatherings and stricter travel restrictions as cases of the new coronavirus spread around the world. From Channel Asia News, the United States on Saturday reported its first death from the virus. U.S. President Donald Trump and top officials said in a White House press briefing that travelers from South Korea and Italy would be subject to additional screening and warned Americans against traveling to coronavirus-affected regions in both countries. In addition, U.S. Vice President Mike Pence said a ban on travelers from Iran entering the country would be expanded to include any foreign nationals who have visited Iran in the last 14 days. The United States may also restrict travel on its southern border with Mexico.